Hi parents, my name is John Eric Jacobson. I'm the author and the founder of the Kids in Trance program. I'd like to welcome you to, I believe, video 10 in the Kids in Trance program series. And in this particular video today, I'd like to discuss a topic that's called misprogramming children. Misprogramming children. This is something that has arisen out of a lot of the emails I receive. People send me emails, they ask me questions, and if I write back to them for further clarification, I can see the way they're verbally speaking to their children, the way they're verbalizing information to their children, they're misprogramming the child. And it's that type of verbalization and misprogramming that can cause a child to act out. And I'm so totally convinced that a lot of the issues our children have today and a lot of the misbehavior they're involved in is because we as parents misprogram them. We're giving them improper information that's poisoning their computer, and as a result, the poison program creates, dysfunctional actions. So in this little video, I'd like to talk about some basic power phrases that you can use when you're dealing with your children or teens that I believe can really turn around their behavior. So the first part deals with this email that I received. A lady said to me, or asked me, what can I do to get my daughter to clean her room? I tell her she has to clean her room and she doesn't clean it. I tell her she has to clean the room and she doesn't clean it. And it's a constant conflict in our house. It's a constant battle. And the first thing is, you never tell your children to clean their room. I never do. Yet my kids, both of their rooms are totally clean. You don't want to give your children a command that's going to cause a negative reaction in them involving something that they don't want to do. And in psychology and in the Kids in Trance program, there's something called a double bind. You give your child a double bind. Double bind means you give them what appears to be a choice, but there's really no choice at all. And actually what they end up choosing is what you wanted them to do in the first place. So let me give you an example. Instead of telling your child, clean your room, you would do something like this. Sweetie, would you like to clean your room now or later after your TV show? Actually, I prefer you wait till later after the show. I see you're enjoying the show and I want you to do that. What do you think? When would be a good time? And you just sit and wait, and they're going to right away jump on the later option, which is, no, I want to wait till after my show, which is what you wanted anyway. So again, it would sound like this. Sweetie, when do you think is a good time to clean your room? Now or after your show? Personally, I see you're having fun watching the show. I really don't want you to do it now. I prefer you wait till after. What do you think? And what appears to be a choice isn't really a choice at all, but because the choice appears to be there, the child's defenses drop or their guard drops. As a result, they feel like they have more power. Sometimes they may even feel like they kind of got over on you, even though they didn't. And as a result, the conflict disappears because you gave them what appeared to be a choice. And it can be done with anything. Honey, when do you think would be a good time to finish your homework? Now or later after you're done playing baseball? I prefer you play baseball first. What do you think? Now, it's also important that you are very, very congruent with your body language. Your body language when you're programming your children is critical. If you're incongruent with your body language, or if what comes out of your mouth is incongruent with your body language, you'll always send your child mixed messages, and as a result, you'll get an abnormal or a dysfunctional behavior. So here is how I would do it with my child verbally and using body language. It would sound like this. Sweetie, when do you think is a good time to clean your room? Now or after your TV show? I prefer you wait till after the show because it looks like you're having so much fun. Now, if you watch what I did there is critical because the child's subconscious mind is always watching. Now listen and watch again. Sweetie, when do you think would be a good time to clean your room? Now? Which is exactly what I did. I shook my head no, and they see no, and they jump on that choice, which is not to opt for that particular scenario. And then I said this, or would you prefer to wait till after your show? If you wait till after your show, I'd rather you watch the show, it's more fun. What do you think? And I'm shaking my head on yes. When you shake your head on yes, their ears hear the command, which is wait till after your show, but their nervous system sees your head is shaking yes. And as a result, they get the message at a double impact. So they're more apt to follow the suggestion that you originally intended, and you will get the result that you wanted. So it's critical that your verbiage and your body language are congruent. Anytime you're trying to resolve problems with your children, if the body language is incongruent, you're going to get a different result. Another thing is using negatives with children, negatives. And there are two that I'm most concerned with that I get in a lot of the emails that I receive. The first negative is the word don't, and the second word is, or negative, is the word never. These are words that should not be used in sentences when you're asking your child to do something or to help your child resolve a problem. So you would never tell your child, don't slam the door. Don't slam the door, because their brain does not register the negative. It doesn't register the word don't. All their nervous system hears is slam the door. As a result, that's what they'll do. They'll slam that door hard. And literally, you thought you were asking them not to slam the door, but in reality, because of your improper verbiage or improper programming, you're going to get the exact opposite of what you intended. So that's like telling, as a matter of fact, that's like telling a mature adult, which I'll do to you right now, don't think of an elephant. As soon as you say, don't think of an elephant, the first thing an adult thinks of is an elephant. Right? Because the word elephant was inherent in the command or in the sentence. Now, if I didn't want you to think of an elephant, the proper command would be this to a mature adult. Think of a rabbit. The first thing that's going to come to their head is a rabbit. Why? Because the word elephant was never introduced in your verbiage or in your sentence structure. Does that make sense? By the way, notice what I just did with my head. Does that make sense? As a result, I'm trying to get you to agree with it so that you can really absorb the information and get it deep into your nervous system. You would never tell your child, don't smoke. Why? Because the word smoke is inherent in the sentence. So you always want to change your verbiage so that it agrees with what you want, what your outcome is. Instead of saying to a child, don't slam the door, you say, close the door quietly. Do you hear the difference? Instead of saying, don't smoke, you say, avoid cigarettes. Does that make sense? Instead of saying, don't fight with your sister, you would say, be nice to your sister. And I mean, I see so many children fighting with their brothers and sisters, and the first thing the parents say is, don't fight with your sister. You better not be bad. You're being bad. And you're literally programming them to fight with their sister and be bad. When the proper command would be this, be nice to your sister. I want you to be good. You're good kids, and I want you to be nice to each other. Be nice to your sister. Do you hear the difference? Don't take drugs. Instead, you would say, avoid drugs. Do things that are safe for you. Okay? I mean, I could think of so many that, just to give you an example, another one. Don't run out in the street. I don't know if any of you saw a video I presented several months back with my daughter, teaching her how to cross the street properly because we live on a busy intersection, you know. So instead, it's be careful when you approach the curb. Stop when you get to the curb. Do you hear the difference? And it just helps. You see what the problem is, honey? You're having a problem in math because daddy wasn't good in math either. It actually runs in the family. You see, you're never going to be good in math. As a matter of fact, the reason that you don't sleep well at night is because nobody in the family ever slept well. We just don't sleep well. We're just not a family that sleeps well. And all of that negative programming goes into their nervous system, and as a result, you're raising an insomniac. Just because of the negative verbiage you're using. Instead, if your child approaches you and says, I didn't sleep well last night, you would say something like this, I'm sorry to hear that, but I know you'll sleep way better tonight. And obviously, be congruent with your body language. I'm sorry to hear that, but I know you'll sleep way better tonight. Don't you think so? And as long as your body language is congruent, they'll agree with you. Listen, be sure when you go to bed at night, you cover yourself with the blankets. You know, if you don't cover yourself, you can get a cold, you catch a draft, you get sick. I mean, what type of negative programming is that to a child, especially right before they're ready to go to sleep? It's all types of negative terminology that we as parents use that are literally poisoning our child's mind. And as a result, we create outcomes that we didn't expect nor anticipate, and then we punish the children for it. When in reality, it was our fault to begin with. We misprogrammed our children. So remember, when we program our children, we want to use positive verbiage all the time. And we want to back that verbiage up with positive body language. I mean, here's another example just to make you laugh as far as body language. See if you notice anything wrong with this next presentation. You ready? Mommy and Daddy really love you so much. We love you. Do you see what's happening there? Although their ears are hearing, we love you, the body language is registering the word no, and it sends a mixed signal that the child, especially when they're young, they can't grasp. And as a result, they carry that negative programming with them into their teen years, and it creates all types of issues for them. The proper presentation, the proper programming would be this: Mommy and Daddy love you very much, and we're very proud of you. And we know that anything you put your mind to, you can accomplish. So please be aware of your body language. Please be aware of your verbiage. It's critical when you're dealing with your children. As I mentioned at the end of all of these videos, I need to read my emails and see what kind of questions come up that are going to determine what next week's video will be about. But again, I love sharing these videos with you. I love talking with you. I love the testimonials I receive. I love the emails you send me. If you know anyone, any parent that can benefit from these videos and my newsletters, please send them to our website, kidsandtrance.com. Have them just sign up, and we'll send it to them once a week, and for as long as they like, all for free. And most of all, remember, if you're interested in purchasing the Kids in Trance program and would like to take your children and your parenting to the next level, what I call enlightened parenting, please visit our website, kidsandtrance.com. We'll be happy to serve you in any way. Again, welcome to the Kids in Trance community. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Have a great day and a great week.